Evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2025 edition of Battle of the Bands. It's an incredibly exciting event. I'm incredibly excited. It's my first one since joining the school, and I've heard so much about it, and I'm just so glad that there are so many of you here to come and support all these amazing acts. We've got 7 acts tonight. They're all completely different. We've got different genres. We've got people from all age ranges of the school, and most of the socials involved as well. So it's really nice to see such a great turnout of some amazing creative musicians. We have tonight a real hero of mine adjudicating, Tom Richards, who's sat up there in the dark somewhere. When I was training at music college, he was this kind of name that everyone would whisper, like, "Oh, Tom Richards, Tom Richards." He's an amazing saxophone player, amazing composer and orchestrator. He's toured with all these massive artists, international artists like Blur, Take That, Kylie Minogue, Robbie Williams, Basement Jaxx, Tim Minchin, and Jamie Cullum. He's the musical director for Jamie Cullum as well. And his arranging and conducting, he's arranged for some incredible people, like Quincy Jones, the Metropole Orchestra, the Heritage Orchestra, the WDR Big Band, the BBC Symphony Orchestra, and the BBC Concert Orchestra. And also he's a really in-demand session musician, so he's worked on loads of Hollywood film, like Wonka, Mary Poppins Returns, Barbie, things like that. And he's also a jazz lecturer at Oxford University and professor of jazz composition at the Guildhall. So he really knows his stuff, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he has to say about all of these amazing musicians. We're going to kick off with a band who most of you, I think, met at Farley School. Is that correct? And they've kind of carried on this band into Radley. What used to be called 5'6", is that right? And now they're 5'9". And they're growing up. What would be called next year? These guys are going to be playing Monsters, Inc. By Randy Newman, and they're going to kick this night off to hopefully a roaring applause. Let's go. 5'9". So whilst these guys are just getting ready, so we have here one of the, I think probably collectively the youngest band that are playing tonight. These guys are all in shells, and they started out last term. Sort of George and James here sort of arrived at the band's night. They wanted someone to play with, and they started working together as a duo, and they were coming up with some really cool arrangements of AC/DC and a few other things. And then they recruited Robin here on bass, and then Hugo is a relatively new addition as well. So these guys have really pieced this together well this term, and they're just some of the nicest guys you can ever meet. And I was asking them about, like, what's your band name going to be? What's your band name going to be? Thinking, you know, these guys are pretty nice, kind of gentle guys. And then I finally got an answer: Iron Dominion. So please welcome to the stage Iron Dominion.
Working for her man, she brings home her babe for love. She says we gotta hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Whoa. Now he's old man, what he used to make it dark, so tough, so tough. Gina dreams are running away. When she cries in the night, Tommy whispers, baby, it's okay. Someday, she says we gotta hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on
That was amazing. I love that. Well done, guys. The next act that we have, some of you who are new to Radley might be thinking, what? But there's a little story involved here. So last year, there was a flagship Radley band called the Red Lemons, who lost a couple of members because they left the school after 6-2. And also, it's Ed Hardy's birthday today, so he's not here. So instead of the Red Lemons, we have what Marco describes as the knockoff version of the Red Lemons, the Stale Lemons. But I can assure you it's not a knockoff version, because these guys have put together this tune called Blue Raz, which is, it's just an absolute shred fest. There's just notes it's just everywhere. And these guys have managed to put this together, even though there's been things like the 6-1 play, mock exams, all this kind of stuff. So these guys have done an amazing job. So put it together for the Stale Lemons. Next up, we have one of the hardest working bands in the business. If you ever want to find any of these three people, they will basically always be in a practice room. It's quite inspiring, to be honest. These guys really, really do work hard at honing their craft and writing songs. I found out very recently, and by recently I mean about 30 seconds ago, why these guys are called 50-50. And basically, one of the members was thinking of like quitting the band, and he flipped a coin, so 50-50 chance. And luckily for us, it ended up that he stayed in the band. No names mentioned. Anyway, these guys, I'm really looking forward to this. They've worked so hard. They're off the back of a music tour to Salamanca, where they took their music to Spain, and they've even got an external gig. Is that right? Next week, the 29th, in Winchester. So if you live in that area and you want to go support these guys, please do. They're amazing. 50-50!
Thank you so much for coming tonight, everyone. This is a song that we wrote. We call it The Game. Thank you. I see the tears in my eyes, the love that is all just lies. I smell the tension in the air as they learn the details of the affair. The way the pain in my voice and it's sad that it isn't my choice. I smell the tension in the air as they learn the details of the affair. And although you might think you know me, well, let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I lose. And I don't wanna pity, I don't wanna shame, I just wanna know what it's like to feel the pain. I don't want the flowers, I don't want the hate, I just wanna know what it's like to play the game. I wanna feel the feeling deep inside when I love someone who's just not gone. I wanna feel the feeling in my heart when I love stands the test of time. You say you listen to the sun, but you never really listen to them. Maybe one day you'll understand, but right now you're missing one crucial thing. And all of you might think you know me, but let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I lose. And I don't wanna pity, I don't wanna shame, I just wanna know what it's like to feel the pain. And I don't want the flowers, I don't wanna hate, I just wanna know what it's like to play the game. And all of you might think you know me, well, let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I lose. And all of you might think you know me, well, let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I lose. And I don't wanna pity, I don't wanna shame, I just wanna know what it's like to feel the pain. And I don't want the flowers, I don't want the hate, I just wanna know what it's like to feel, it's like to feel, it's like to feel, it's like to feel the pain.
Hello everyone, we're Smudge and this is Shot the Sheriff. It's a bit different, but I hope you like it. I know I do. Just see all around in my hometown. People try to track me down for a crime that I did not commit. Just say for the murder of a deputy. For the life of a deputy, no, but I say I shot the sheriff, oh no, but I didn't shoot the deputy, no deputy, no. Sheriff, oh no, but I didn't shoot no deputy, no deputy, no. Sheriff John Brown, that man hated me. For what? I don't know. Every time that I planted a seed, he say kill it before it grows. He say kill it before it grows. I said I shot the sheriff, oh no, but I didn't shoot the deputy, oh. I shot the sheriff, oh no, but I didn't shoot the deputy, no. Freedom came my way one day, and I started out in town. All of a sudden, I see Sheriff John Brown aiming to shoot me down. So I shot, oh no, and I shot him down, and I shot him down, and I shot, if I'm guilty, I will pay. Oh, I shot the, no. not the sheriff, no deputy. Oh,
So there's going to be a slight change in program. Instead of Let It Go by James Bay, we're going to do Vienna by Billy Joe. Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me why you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You've got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. But you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Well, too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You've got your passion, you've got your pride. But don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can't afford to lose a day or two. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Oh, why don't you realize Vienna waits for you?
Hello, I am August. We are Shrine. This is Rex. This is Alec. And this is the amazing, the fabulous, the glorious Sam Days. Yeah. And the song we're singing tonight is called Man of Visions. Man of visions, hear my prayer, sing my sermon if you dare. Man of visions, I wrote this song only for you, 'cause you
I hope you agree that that was a fantastic show of what Radley has to offer in terms of creativity and expression through music. Please talk amongst yourselves for a minute, just whilst Tom is collecting his thoughts. And whilst he's doing that, I've got a few thank yous to make. So firstly, I'd really like to thank my partners in crime, Mr. Bentley, who's over there on the sound at the back. Big round of applause. And also Mr. Rowe, who's probably in the wings. There he is, Mr. Rowe. Every Monday night, us three, we hang out here in the music department until late at night, and these guys can come and rehearse, and we'll go and help them, give them some tips and tricks and some feedback, and help them kind of hone their craft. And I couldn't do it without these guys. They're absolutely amazing. And Monday nights really is a highlight of our week here at Radley. It's fantastic. I'd also like to say a massive thanks to Miss Blagrove and Miss Rocks, our admin staff, who they just work tirelessly round the clock, and they don't get much kind of attention for it. And all of you guys in here that are involved in music, none of it would happen without them. So a massive round of applause for them as well, please. I'd also like to thank all of the visiting music teachers, some of whom are here. Again, they just work so hard with each and every individual boy to try and help them become the best musicians that they can be. So big round of applause for all the visiting music teachers, please. Tonight, as you will have noticed, we've got Radley Video in at the back. They're doing an absolutely amazing job putting some stuff up on the screen and streaming it to the screen, and also this will be available to watch later on. These guys at Radley Video are just amazing. They do so much, and we're really grateful that they come along to these events and just add that extra element to it. So big round of applause for Radley Video, please. You guys are so lucky. We have an absolutely incredible director of music here who is able to just enrich the department with so many different things. We've got so many genres of music going on, and I think you guys need to give a massive round of applause to Mr. Gladstone. And finally, before I hand over, a big, massive round of applause. Are you ready yet, Tom, to come up? Okay. Again, Tom, he's a really top level industry professional. So for him to be here is really exciting, and I think you guys are going to learn a lot from what he says. He's worked in all different places in the music industry. So big round of applause, please, for Tom Richards.
Thank you, Tommy. Okay, the first piece of housekeeping. I've got quite a lot of bits of paper to manage here, so I think I need maybe like a stand. So maybe if I could ask you just to have a quick chat amongst yourselves for a couple of minutes. But before we do that, can we have an enormous round of applause for all of the bands that we've just heard, please? Thanks, Tommy. It's important to start this kind of process by saying, obviously, it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, music is a subjective art form. So the metric of success that we use for an event like tonight is that you guys did it. You've already achieved your aim. You've come in, you've played, you've been creative, you've collaborated, you've composed. All of that good stuff is in the bag. This objective stuff that I've written down is a whole different kettle of fish, okay? So thank you so much for your incredible musicianship, your amazing playing. I'm going to just give you a few little observations from each of the 7 performances, and then I'm going to announce some winners, okay? So we're going to start with 5'9", Monsters, Inc. by Randy Newman. What a great selection. That is not an easy piece of music. Particular shout out to Felix on the soprano for really nailing that Tom Scott soprano solo. That is not easy, that thing. And also, the thing about, I don't know if you noticed, the thing about Felix's playing is when he was improvising, that piece is in E flat. So when you're improvising, you can just sort of basically play in E flat major, and you can get away with it. Felix is not doing that. He's what we call tracking the changes. So it's some really advanced stuff there. So that was a great soprano solo. A lot of energy coming from the band. I've written, Toby, you've got a really energetic sound on the trumpet. I've also written that you are at least 5'10", okay? So we need to think about the name of that band again. And also the other thing I've written is a great count-in from the drummer, okay? It's no good rehearsing stuff if you don't know how to actually get in. So props to Finn on the drums for a great count-in there. It was accurate, it was joyful, it was great dynamics, and it actually swung. If you're going to play that music, it does need to swing, and it really did. And you really coped well, despite having no bass. So yeah, props to 5'9". Round of applause, please. Well done, guys. Okay, I will be as quick as I can with these comments, by the way. We'll get to the good stuff. Next up is Iron Dominion, an amazing band. Is that a Sonic thing? Is that a Sonic the Hedgehog thing? Well, let me rephrase it. It is a Sonic the Hedgehog thing. Whether that was what went into your minds when you chose the name Iron Dominion, either way, if there was a prize for best band name, that's got it. Congratulations for avoiding one of the great banana skins in the entire rock repertoire. The 3/4 bar going into the modulation, I didn't mind not hearing that at all. So congratulations for not doing that. I really thought this was a great performance. There was a couple of moments where we had a couple of slightly wonky rhythms, and I maybe thought that, James, you could have benefited from using a plectrum on the guitar, but you have made a really good fist of that guitar solo, which, again, is not easy. I thought sometimes the band was slightly loud for the voice, so we could have maybe played in a slightly more dynamic way. But George, your vocals are absolutely bang in tune there. And yeah, you got the crowd clapping, which is great. But guys, we clapped on beats 1 and 3, which is illegal, okay? You're not supposed to do that. But that was our fault. So please, Iron Dominion. Okay, now on to the Stale Lemons. This piece of music, Blue Raz, is incredibly tricky. As Tommy mentioned, there is notes all over the shop. It's a total shred fest piece of uber funk. And I have to single out Marco. Where are you, Marco? Mate, incredible baritone playing. Really, really brilliant. Super accurate. You're sort of massively athletic and stealthy on that thing. It's if you've even held a baritone saxophone, those things are so heavy. And to get a mouthpiece, which means you can play right from the bottom to the top, it sounds like an easy thing. It's not. You did an amazing solo. And as for your solo break, your time on the instrument is really solid. Okay, and you've got a great sound. So massive congratulations to you. And also Moses, that trumpet solo, you were completely on the case with that. It was really awesome. You started the thing is, when you do an improvised solo in this kind of situation, because it's quite a scary thing, normally the first phrase out of the blocks, people either rush it or it's really, really long, and you get all these non sequiturs where the musical phrases don't really follow on from the previous one. But I really felt, Moses, you were really connecting your solo together. Great sound. You really play with the horn right in the air as well, like this guy, George Hogg. If you don't know who George Hogg is, look up George Hogg, because you look like George Hogg when you play the trumpet, and that is a good thing, I promise you. Yeah, it was super, super. You did this mad sort of chromatic build-up at the end, which is like a James Brown Maceo Parker thing, and it really worked. And the band all responded to you. So you had some really, really great ideas, a couple of brilliant solos there. But again, crowd, we were clapping on beats 1 and 3. The guys are doing this. We need to play with the snare. And in funk music, that is 100% illegal to clap on beats 1 and 3. So no clapping for the audience. Massive clapping, please, for the Stale Lemons. Okay, on to 50-50. What to say about these three guys? Will, you know, charisma to spare, man. My gosh. A great original song. It's amazing to hear a guitar band, you know. I grew up in the mid-90s in Abingdon, where guitar bands were in the charts. We had Blur and we had Oasis, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. These guys were all in the charts. Does anybody know the last guitar band that had a number one in England? Does anyone know who that is? Or when it was? I'll give you a clue. It was in 2023. So who was a massive guitar band in 2023? It's weird. The answer is the Beatles. The Beatles were the last guitar band to be number one because they found this old song now and then, and they re-released it. It's a great tune. So I think, in my humble opinion, there is room, massive room, for a guitar band now. 50-50, it's all there for you if you want to take it. There's another great Abingdon and Wallingford band called Sheep Suits. I don't know if you guys know, if you know them. There's a lot of great guitar bands happening now, and there is space for that. Okay, you guys really sound like a real band. I thought the structure of your tune was really thoughtful and quite advanced. It's not verse, chorus, double chorus out. It's not that at all. You had like that great halftime section. You had a bridge with like a chromatic walk down, and then Frank's bluesy, wailing, immaculate guitar solo, and then an actual bass solo. And it's worth noting that playing the bass and singing is also extremely difficult. That's why hardly anyone does it. I suppose Sting, Paul McCartney, and Will Guest. And yeah, great to see Frank and Hugh like really vibing and actually like really using the stage, moving around. When we're playing this music, it's sometimes not enough just to play it. You have to really like perform it. And it felt like we were just watching a proper band there. So yeah, 50-50. Smudge. I Shot the Sheriff by the Wailers. What a tune. A great intro chat from Joe. Where's Jovan? Yeah, well, I mean, you know, again, another charismatic vocalist, you know, really relaxed phrasing, and that was right in the sweet spot of your range. I don't know whether it was like the original key, but it's like you've got this kind of booming baritone, and it's just really, really beautiful, and you're definitely like in charge of the vibe when you're on stage. You know, I was really connecting with your performance, and even that great falsetto bit at the end. Really appreciated that. Great singing. You know, reggae has to be laid back by the very nature of it. Like this song was released in the early, like 1973, and then the very next year, Eric Clapton released it in 1974, and it went straight to number one. It's still Eric Clapton's only ever number one. And I don't know whether Bob Marley was annoyed at that, but I think a lot of people were listening to the Eric Clapton version and not the Wailers version. But if you A/B them, they're so different, of course, you know. But that music really has to be laid back, and I thought sometimes it was slightly rushy with the guitar and drums, but because again, like getting that kind of upstroke on the skank on the guitar to hit with the snare, it just takes like a lifetime of being in a band, and it's a really difficult thing to do, you know. Also noteworthy doubling from Edward on the keys, who was doubling the bass line there, again, not easy. And I've got just really dynamic playing from the band there, so let's hear it for Smudge. Okay, a couple left. Okay, so a pretty deep cut from Billy Joel here, bringing out Vienna last minute. I guess we'll never know why the change of tune, but everyone loves a last-minute piece of drama. Who knows what happened there? Yeah, Vienna, the B-side to Just the Way You Are from the Stranger, 1977. Jack, where you at, Jack? What an amazing baritone voice you've got. Really fantastic. And this this duo setting really made your voice heard. I really appreciated it. And again, it was really in the peachy spot of your range. The vocals were so clear. We could hear every single lyric that you were singing. And Faris, I think this is did you play bass and guitar tonight? Very impressive. Well done, Nate. A great tune, a really unusual selection. So congratulations on not going for the obvious one. Really enjoyed it. Here goes Vienna. August Alexander. Who is August Alexander? Who is this guy? What's going on there? Incredible, man. What a performer. Surely a star in the making. I was entirely unprepared for that guttural rasp, which I loved. Like you were properly channeling Axl Rose, right? Are you an Axl Rose guy? You're an Axl Rose guy. You're obviously. I'm going to talk about you in a minute. Let's not go there yet. Let me rephrase it. You are an Axl Rose guy, and like the way you did that thing that he sometimes did, where he like just prowls the stage like a lion, and you just think, any minute he's going to do something completely nuts, And you managed to keep it contained. I loved it. Again, like a proper band, and so fun to watch. It's a great tune. Like harmonically, the song is quite static, so it meant that we were quite focused on your performances. And I don't know whether you guys clocked this. I quite enjoyed the dynamic between the four of you because you've got August and Rex who were just going mental at the front, and then you've got Sam and Alex who are just like doing their job, holding it down, at the back. And that dynamic really, really works for me. You guys were absolutely connecting. It's not like these guys stole the show. I was clocking that you guys were really connecting together and holding the whole thing down. So congratulations to you two. Rex. We got not one, but 2 Pete Townsend leaps. That's impressive. That is impressive. You reminded me of a guy called, do you know a band called Black Midi? Does anyone know Black Midi? I saw them, they did this thing at the Mercury Music Awards, and the guitarist did what you did, and he ran into the stage, and he did a leap forwards, and he landed on his coccyx, like on that bit of his back there, and the whole of the Hammersmith Apollo made that noise, but there was 5,000 people, and nobody knew whether he was going to be okay, and he played the song, and then at the end, he did it again, and he landed on his coccyx again. It was awful. Anyway, you didn't do that, but your repetition of the Pete Townsend leap made me think of that guy, and not just the leaping. Your playing as well, which is really quite exceptional and really, really advanced. So, there's a lot of charisma on stage in this band. So let's hear it for Man of Vision from Shrine. Okay, I didn't have a lot of time at the end there just to write on the certificates, but I have got some certificates to hand out here. I've got 3 kind of auxiliary awards, and then we're going to go 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place. So again, please remember that this is subjective. You've given us a fantastic night of music tonight, a massive variety, all sorts of talent on display. But the first award is for the best newcomer, and I've decided to give this to a whole ensemble who was so impressive tonight. The band was tight, the selection of the song was great, the tuning was brilliant, there was a couple of standout solos. They kicked off the evening in massive style. So the best newcomer award, and I don't know whether all of you or one of you wants to come up and get this certificate, goes to, and please go crazy and wild, for 5'9". 5'9", 5'10", 5'10", 5'10". Right, standout performer. This is a difficult one. Honourable mentions to our soprano saxophonist, our baritone saxophonist. It was a really, really difficult one, but in the end, for standout performer, I had no choice. It was sent down from above. The standout performer of tonight goes to Rex Westwood. Yeah, the third award that we've got before we do 3, 2, 1 is the Creative Award for Composition or Arrangements. I went to Abingdon School in the 90s, and I didn't really have like an amazing time there until the 4th year, which in new money is year 10, and I found my sort of tribe, and that tribe. We hung out exclusively in one tiny room in the music department at the school. And there was me, who was a saxophone player. There was another guy who was a playwright. And there was another guy who was a producer. And there was the three of us at the center of this. And 25 years later, he's a producer, he's a playwright, and I'm a musician. We didn't know that that was the way it was going to go, but it really brought all of my other academic stuff together. This music thing really made it for me. So I'm so grateful to the school, and I know you have all these incredible facilities here and these insane new buildings that are coming. So listening to this particular band made me reminisce on that school time that I had. And it sounds like you guys are just doing what I did, which is just living your best life in the music block, right? So the Creative Award for Composition and Arrangement goes to 50/50 the game. A new Spanish sensation, I hear, after recent trips. Okay, so in third place, overall, an impressive ensemble, a great song selection, and a few individual performances that I thought were really, really fantastic. So third place overall, I've given that to 5'9". Okay, in second place, a band that chose an absolutely rock-hard piece of music and completely nailed it to the wall. And they made it sound easy. I can promise you it's not. I've heard lots of other school bands play this exact song, not in the same way, not even in the same ballpark. So second place this evening goes to Stale Lemons for Blue Rat. I guess we could just stop there. Oh no, I do have one more actually. And yeah, this award is for a band that were really inspiring to me tonight. A great tune, a great original composition, a really interesting structure, a great vibe within the band. And who knows, maybe one of Oxford's great guitar bands of the future. First place has gone to 50/50. Congratulations, guys. Okay, folks, I think that concludes the proceedings for tonight. Thank you so much to Tommy for inviting me along. I've come all the way from Wallingford for this. Thank you, mate. It's lovely to see you, and thank you for asking me. And just once more, can we have a huge round of applause for all these amazing performers tonight? You have no choice but to go wild for this. Who would like to hear 50-50 play one more time? Sorry. Who would like to hear 50-50 play one more time? There we go.
Just whilst 50-50 getting ready, please can we have a massive round of applause for the absolutely incredible Tom Richards.
I see the tears in your eyes, you learn that it's all just lies. I smell the tension in your ears, you learn the details of the affair. I feel my muscles start to tense as they see you through a different lens. They hear the pain in my voice and accept that it isn't my choice. And all of you might think you know me, well, let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I lose. And I don't wanna pity, I don't wanna shame, I just wanna know what it's like to feel the pain. And I don't want flowers, I don't wanna hate, I just wanna know what it's like to play the game. I wanna feel the feeling deep inside when I love someone who's just like mine. I wanna feel the feeling in my heart when our love stands the test of time. You say you listen to the songs, but you never really listen to them. Maybe one day you'll understand, but right now you're missing one crucial thing. And all of you might think you know me, well, let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I lose. And I don't wanna pity, I don't wanna shame, I just wanna know what it's like to feel the pain. And I don't want flowers, I don't wanna hate, I just wanna know what it's like to play the game. And all of you might think you know me, well, let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I lose. And all of you might think you know me, well, let me give you some news. The moment that you really know me is the moment that I